high in the Berkshire Hills of western Massachusetts, in a forest just like any other, a remarkable cave was discovered less than 15 years ago. Now we will learn about the discovery of the cave and go deep into its sculpted marble chambers. Get ready to explore an underground world of fast-moving water and vertical drops. A space that few have ever seen, now on Caves and Legends.
The story of the discovery of this sinkhole was, I don't know, it was the 70s or the 80s. Bob Dion and Larry Botto were out hiking this area, which is known for, it's a big limestone bench, so lots of karst and lots of potential for caves. And they were walking along this trail, and then all of a sudden they got quiet, and they're like, "Did you hear water?" I'm like, "Yeah, I hear water." We didn't cross any streams, and then I think one of them was like, "I bet there's a giant stream dumping into a sinkhole, right up the hill," just kind of jokingly. And then they walked up there, and there was. And I think they started digging on it back then, but like back then it was just a small group, and they kind of realized they didn't have enough manpower or technique to really get into the cave and gave it up for a bunch of years. And then many years later, I think in a Northeastern Caver magazine, Bob Simmons read that article about them and checked it out and got it to my attention. And that's what kind of brought me here on the way home after an NRO. And then, we were pretty excited by it, and the fact that it was so close to Connecticut, it was a convenient dig, and we just kind of kept coming back with groups of people from all over the Northeast, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and big groups of people got excited about it and dug and dug and dug, and eventually, after a couple twists, we got into it. Let's go. Follow the water.
As we gear up, Steve rigs a cable ladder into a culvert that was put in place shortly after the discovery of the cave.
So this is a culvert. It goes about 25 feet down. We have these 4x4s. I think there's 3 of them. This is kind of some remnants of our dig, but we left them in here as an anchor. And I'm going to rig the cable ladder to it and drop it down. 2 carabiners. I'm going to roll it down the tube.
Without this culvert, the cave would be too unstable to enter.
Rope!
And may even seal itself back up over time.
All right, on rope.
After a tight squeeze at the bottom of the culvert, we make our way into an underground world of sculpted marble and fast-flowing water. Entering any new cave immediately puts your mind into a state of hyper-awareness. Every rock you step on can shift. Every handhold can let go. But this added element of danger is the price you pay for the privilege of being in a place that very few people have been before. This is a truly wild cave. We carefully make our way deeper, with the ever-present hum of the stream as our guide. Soon we are instructed to put on our harnesses and again prepare to climb downwards. As we crawl under a low block of marble, we come upon an amazing sight. A waterfall chamber. Its tall, fluted walls are carved of the finest banded marble, suitable in quality for a sepulchre or place of veneration. And through it runs a seemingly eternal stream of crystal-clear water. Yet for nearly all of its existence, this place has remained hidden from human eyes. Despite its beauty, passing through it requires skill and razor-sharp focus. Steve eases out on a step-like projection of hard marble. Skirting the edge, he drops through a hole eroded in the rock, and down to another hard band of marble, where he takes in the view. He was once one of the very first people in history to see this cave. He waits to guide down the next member of the team. We are now in the Keyhole room, and about 100 feet from the surface.
We are in the Keyhole room, because if you look up, it kind of looks like a keyhole. This is the deepest cave in Massachusetts. It's, I think, the third longest. A lot of the Massachusetts caves are horizontal. You know, they don't have the depth that this does. And that's what makes this, it's got like an alpine feel to it. It's just deep, and it's, like I said, other than like right here, you're never walking. You're never on flat ground. This was the old way we used to go into the cave, but after there was some pretty big rock movement, and this rock over here, I don't know if you can see, I mean there's a giant boulder with rocks above it, really sitting on the corner of another rock, so we taped it in orange and we blocked off this trail for safety. But just for reference, you know, if you're in a cave and you see something like this, don't go by it. Don't just pass it.
We now diverge from the water flow and slowly make our way through a tight and muddy squeeze.
It's good. It's tough because you have this fissure below you that can easily wedge in, but as long as you're constantly keeping your body, working to keep your body above it, you're good. You slide right through. I see light down there.
Don't worry.
How do you get down there?
Right, go down, right there.
Yeah, feel it.
And then keep coming down.
But the cave soon opens up once again. This is Thunder Hall.
This was the big find at the bottom of the cave, Thunder Hall, we named it. We actually discovered it, we dug up from the bottom, which is a very wet, loud area. We kind of followed cold air that was sinking down. And then as we were pulling some rocks out of the ceiling, we started to hear our voices echo. Woo! And we knew there was something big up here. When we first got in, we couldn't see the end. We thought it would go on forever, but it doesn't go on forever. When it's cold in the winter, and when we've done bat counts with the state, the big brown bats like to hang out down here because it's so cold. It is considered a significant bat hibernaculum for the state. I mean, the whole cave was scary because you know, people are used to going into caves where other people have put their hands and already knocked down loose stuff. When we first came in, everything you touched would fall and everything you stepped on would move. And it was like that, you know, for a while. It's stabilized a bit now, and we know what not to touch and what not to, but it's a cave you gotta think twice wherever you put your hand and put your foot before you trust it.
we rejoin the stream and drop even farther down into the bowels of the earth.
Close to 170 feet from the surface where the culvert was. This was the end for a long time. The Berkshire County cave diggers dug their way through, supposedly. I haven't been down there to see what it's like, and honestly, I don't know if I can fit. I don't know, the guys that dug this are a lot smaller than I am today, so I don't know if I'll fit. Let's find out. I'm not going to try too hard. It gets, I don't know, 10, 12 feet in. I could have probably dropped myself through with gravity, but it's kind of cold and I don't want to get stuck down there today. So I think I'm going to play it safe and not squeeze myself down into a hole head first. They've, figured out where the end of the cave is after all these years. And I'll see it in their map. That's the end.
We have gone as far as humanly possible. The water will continue on its journey until it eventually exits the hill as a bubbling spring. But we must turn around and head back. All across the world, nature has carefully hidden beautiful places. They can be right below our feet, where countless people walk. The search for new caves can range from casual curiosity to full-on obsession. How many more caves just like this still lie undiscovered? A tiny speck of a cavity in a vast sea of bedrock. Only 170 feet below the surface, we are in a place more remote than any mountain peak in the Northeast.